Okay, so welcome everyone to our webinar on hitting the AI roadmap. Today we have a very special guest that I'll introduce in just a little bit, our product manager for Agency Revolution. Really excited about this presentation for you because we're not only going to share with you what is on the roadmap in terms of AI tools and features, but what we already have in place that you could take advantage of today. A little bit of housekeeping items before we move forward. Just a reminder that if you want to ask us a question related to anything that we're presenting today, just use the Q&A option so that we can capture that question and not miss it and respond to it either live during the webinar or even after if it's something a little bit unrelated. If you want to chit chat with our host or our hosts, right? Ian is in the background with the AR logo, and then Liz and I are also obviously available via chat. So if you want to chat with us, mention something, say hello, feel free to use the webinar chat to do that. And if you do have to, for some reason, leave early, although we hope you don't, because we have a little giveaway, that always happens at the end of the webinar. But if you do have to leave early, we will be recording the webinar for you and sending it out tomorrow around 11 Eastern time. This is our little AR swag giveaway for this webinar. We always usually theme them each month when we do a webinar, and this month's theme is AI and robots. So if you do hang out till the end of the webinar, we will have a fun question for you, and the top 3 answers will win this really cool special edition, nothing else like it, only 3 of them exist, webinar giveaway. All right, so what is on the agenda for today? We're going to talk a little bit about the impact of AI and address some of the concerns that some of you may have related to AI in your insurance business. We are going to talk about the AI audience creator, the AI content editor, AI content scheduler, AI content calendar, and then cover your questions. And by the way, those 4 items that I just talked about, the AI audience creator, etc., those are all the new AI features that are coming out hopefully before the end of this year, potentially into early 2026. Nothing is ever for sure because it's just a roadmap, but this is what's on the plan for us as of
Yeah,
right now.
these will span, all of these releases will span in 2025 and definitely into 2026.
Yep. And you saw I caught myself because I
Mhm.
was like, nothing is for sure. I realized after I said it, I'm like, oh boy, it's a roadmap.
Please don't have Liz yelling. Yeah.
Liz is gonna slap my hand if I say these are coming out. All right, a little bit about who we are at Agency Revolution. We help insurance agencies increase retention, grow their book of business, and create operational efficiencies by using our insurance marketing tools. Agency Revolution was founded in 2012. We were actually the original provider of software as a service in this area for insurance agencies, which is really cool because we really understand the space and we were there from the beginning. We have 3,000 plus insurance agency clients. We have a 100% customer satisfaction rating. That is not a typo. That is not a lie. We don't just throw this number around. This is actually based on close to 1,000 client surveys in what year was last year? In 2024.
Yes.
And we're on track for the same for 2025.
And truly,
Uh,
guys, I keep Monica humble about this because I tell her all the time, you got to make it look a little bit more real. And she's like, I'm not excluding anything. It is
I'm
just
not.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, if we want to be really honest, it's 99.9%, but
I prefer that.
obviously I'm rounding up.
I prefer the 99.
So, okay, 200 plus 5-star Google reviews on Google, so you can check that out there too. We have a complete insurance marketing platform, and the key thing here is we have deep AMS integrations. And Liz can speak a little bit more to that in terms of what that means. But for me, what that means is there's providers that say they integrate with different agency management systems, but it's not a deep integration like what we have. Liz, can you give us like a
Totally.
5-second overview of what that means?
Yeah, we work with management systems to get the most two-way integrations as we possibly can. We all know sometimes management systems don't play ball with that, but if we can make it happen, we want there to be as most accurate data inside of Fuse that comes from your management system. So We email those folks all the time. My team does that often, and we make sure we have all the information we need to make the best views.
Lots of industry relationships that we've gained over, the course of, what is that, 14 years
Yeah,
ish.
tons of years.
And obviously, many of you know us because you're clients on this webinar, but maybe you don't know some of these little tidbits about us. And some of you are brand new to Agency Revolution. So we're just doing a quick overview. But on the right-hand side, you'll see a photo collage here. And the reason I wanted to put this photo in here is just we are human. We truly treat you like we would like to be treated. We put a lot of human behind everything we do. We're always thinking about, how does that affect you? How does that make you feel? You know what I mean? Like, we really want to approach everything from the human side. And these are all of the humans that are part of Agency Revolution. And there's way more behind the scenes, but these are the ones that have been captured, including our president of Agency Revolution, Jason Walker, who's really good at pull-ups. So this was from
Apparently.
our this was from our Agency Revolution Summer Summit, and we actually have the next one coming up in early August. We'll have another annual summit that we'll be doing in the Lehigh Valley.
But no more party bus, thank God.
No more party bus. That was a nightmare. We
Yeah.
rented this big party bus with a lot of loud music and side seating, and it took us to the Top Golf in Philadelphia, and it was definitely a little bit too much. So this year
Yeah,
we're
not
going
a
a
lot
little
of
more low key.
Dramamine was had. Yeah.
No. All right. So really quickly, and then we'll get straight into the presentation. What do? We offer a complete insurance marketing platform that includes Fuse marketing automation, which includes that true AMS connection to send timely communication to your clients at the right time. It also includes insurance websites, which help you tell your agency's story, but also generate leads and engage with your clients on the support side as well. And then we also offer a bunch of add-ons that you could add on to our website platform or our marketing automation platform. That's business texting, do it for me marketing, local listings, reputation management, and social media. So that creates this complete insurance marketing platform that really takes care of all of your insurance marketing needs. It's us plus the AMS is how we like to position that. And a little bit about me. I'm Monika Baraket, VP of Operations, and I handle the client and marketing operations side of the business. These are my two boys. Lucas in the yellow shirt is 13, and Matt in the green shirt is turning 21. And that was Mother's Day. They took me on a nice little bike ride around Lake Nakamixon here in
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
nice.
It was a fun day.
I like it.
Liz, tell us about yourself in this crazy photo.
Crazy photo. My name's Liz Allebach. I'm the product manager here at Agency Revolution, and I handle all things Fuse and Forge. So if there's any new features that need to be built, or if there's a bug that's happening, all of that is my team, and we make sure we're offering the best product that we possibly can. And in this photo are my two crazy twin 2.5-year-old boys, my husband John, and then myself. We took a little road trip up to Vermont for a family wedding and just had a great time. So these are my boys running the opposite direction of where we were supposed to be taking a picture, of course. So my
It's a
life
good
is
thing
crazy.
it's a good thing there's two of you, that there's you and John, because you can
Yeah,
at least
we need
only
it.
handle one each. Yep, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. All right. So now the meat of the presentation, the impact of AI and the impact of AI on insurance agencies that are using or going to be using our platform, because this is all about the roadmap. So love this photo, love this graphic, because many of us, when we think about AI, right, we think about it, at least this is what I've heard from clients, from contacts, from others in the industry. We think about it a lot of times as a replacement for humans, and that's kind of the fear. AI is going to take over the human, it's going to take over the human side of my agency. We're going to lose that human side of our agency. We don't want to have anything to do with it. It's kind of all over the place. There's like three different buckets that I feel people fit into. They either hate AI, they have a love-hate relationship with AI, or they absolutely love it and it's life-changing for them. So this is a little bit of satire, but this ad captures what many of us are worried about, right? In this case, Artisan is saying we replaced our SEO with AI. It's, meant to be funny, but that's kind of the fear that I think a lot of us have when it comes to AI. But at Agency Revolution, this is how we approach AI both internally and externally as we enhance our products. We think and we truly believe that AI helps you be more human because you can focus your time on your clients instead of a lot of the repetitive, redundant tasks that are behind the scenes that have to be done. This is where AI comes in. So, AI can help you build that operational and marketing efficiency so that you could spend more time giving that human,
Yeah.
element for your agency. So that's how we handle it here at Agency Revolution. We use AI all the time, but you wouldn't know it because you still can talk to humans on chat, via phone, via email. So it's enhancing the experience instead of replacing the human.
And I think it's just there's an elephant in the room with AI as well that it's going to take over everything and we don't have a ton of ethics around it and how do you use it responsibly, all those things. And every fear that you probably have around AI is the same fear that sits around the table deciding what should we build and how should we use it. Because if we don't use AI, we're going to be left in the dust, and so will you. So it's almost like the new um, WW dot era that was coming to play in the late 90s. Like everyone was scared of the internet.
Mhm.
Cool. Now we all can't live without it. So how can we use this AI tool, all these AI tools in a responsible way that just fits into what you're doing naturally?
Yeah, and even you're right about the internet, but even social media years
Yeah,
back.
true.
I mean, I don't know, sometime around maybe 2006-ish, something like
Yeah.
that. Like when Facebook became a big thing, everybody was like, "Oh my God, we hate this. We don't want this." And I think a lot of us still have that love-hate
We still
relationship with
don't.
social media, but
Yeah.
it's sort of a necessary evil at this point.
Yeah.
Good point though, Liz. All right. So, the impact of AI, right? So here's how our AI powered platform currently makes an impact for the agencies that are our clients, right? So these are the things that you can do now with Agency Revolution through our AI powered platform. We have AI assistant, which is it's called Sidekick, where you can ask that assistant for help. For example, you can get feedback on your marketing strategy. You can ask, hey, what are the 10 blog topics that I can write, about in order to improve SEO on, home insurance in my area. You could ask it for advice, you could ask it to help you think through something. So Sidekick is currently available in platform. We'll do a little demo for you later on so you can see what that looks like and how you could use it. But this is a really great tool that's like a general AI tool that just helps you to, you know, get a bunch of stuff done.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
One thing to keep in mind with all of our AI products that we have, sometimes I know I've been spooked into seeing like, oh, don't use ChatGPT because it's taking all of your information and putting it on the internet, all those scary, like fear-mongering things, which is very true. Like if you go to ChatGPT, the normal app, and just use it, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. But through FMG Agency Revolution, we have our own version of ChatGPT. So I want you guys to feel comfortable using it, knowing that our team is looking at what gets sent in there and it's not going out into the internet in a scary, scary way.
Well, and the context too, Liz, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
when
totally.
you go to Chat GPT, you have to provide context that you are an independent insurance agency, why that's important, why it matters, what makes
Yeah,
you unique as a result. So you have to give it all of this context in order for Chat GPT to kind of spit out the right thing that you're looking for.
yeah,
On our platform, that context of independent insurance agency is built in addition to many of the E&O uh,
yes.
criteria, right?
Yeah, and that's not something the E&O part is not something we can guarantee because it's AI, so it's gonna make up what it makes up. But our we have an AI team here at FMG that specializes in the prompting aspect of it. So behind the scenes, they're saying, hey, feedback information about this topic, this topic, this topic, and never say blankety blank blank blank. We are the best insurance agency. We all know that one. But all the fun E&O stuff, we teach our systems to try and avoid, and then just keep you on track with the answers that you get.
Mhm.
And we have a
Yeah.
team that reviews all the answers it spits out, and if it's crazy, we train it and say, "Yo, that was crazy. Don't do that again."
Yeah, actually, one of our team members will review some of the inquiries that are put into Sidekick, different questions that you ask. And if we see that there isn't a good help center article or a good answer that is given to
Yeah.
you, right, then
Wait,
we
go.
actually we use that to help build that content to make sure that you can get better, faster support. There's always a human that you can talk to. So that's really easy. It's right at the top and it says speak to a human. But sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you just want that answer really quickly. So you can also generate email messaging with just a few details. Again, this is called First Draft. So it's part of our AI tool, but it's called First Draft. And you can write an entire email with just a few words of context. And get it sent out. So maybe something is happening. I don't know, there's a storm coming, or something that's really time sensitive and you just want to get in there and draft an email and get it sent to your client base. You can do that in seconds with
Yep.
this tool called First Draft for email.
And that's with Infuse, by the way.
Correct. That is on the Fuse side. Yep, the marketing automation side. And then lastly, what's currently available is creating blogs using AI. That is part of the Forge Insurance website's platform. And again, this is something that you could use for SEO. So if you're looking to boost SEO, or if you just want to write blog articles about specific topics, now you could take something that would have taken you maybe 4 or 5 hours and take it down to just minutes, by just incorporating a little prompt, and then it spits out a really nice long
Yeah.
article for you.
And it adds the SEO components that are really important for blogging. So our system recognizes, hey, this is a website platform. These are all the things you need to have a blog on an insurance-based website platform. And it automatically generates that for you if you use the AI builder there.
Yep. So this is what we currently have, right? And to help paint that picture for you, as we review our AI roadmap, we're going to frame it around the content marketing cycle. Content marketing should be a focus for your agency. It is very important because it helps you look amazing, it helps you get found, it helps you sell more, and it helps you service better. And all of that leads to growing your business and building retention, driving retention. Our goal here in today's presentation is to build AI tools to help you streamline your marketing operations. So we're not just throwing stuff out there and hoping that it sticks. Truly, the goal for us, for Liz and team, is to build tools that are going to help you streamline your back end operations so that you could spend more time being human with your clients. So as you look at this graphic, you'll notice these are the features that we currently have available. They have the little green badges. Okay. So right now, using our AI powered platform, you can create a plan. So we talked about this a little bit before, the Sidekick. Sidekick AI assistant can help you create a marketing plan, for example. It could help you create a blog plan. It can help you create an email drip campaign plan. So you could use it for planning and strategy currently. And then we also have tools to help you build content. You could write draft emails, and you could draft blog articles, right? So those are the two tools that are available right now. But then what we're going to spend the rest of the presentation on is previewing for you what's coming next. So again, none of this is guaranteed. I just want to put that disclosure out there so Liz doesn't get mad at me after this webinar. None of this is guaranteed, but these are the things that our product team is working on. This is what's currently on the roadmap scheduled for potential development, and that is choosing your audience. So we're wanting AI to make it a lot easier to figure out how to segment your audience. We're going to talk about scheduling content, just like automatically scheduling content without you having to think about it and without that human error aspect to it. Reviewing calendar, and also launch automation. So those are the additional things that we'll talk about throughout the rest of this presentation.
Yep. And something just think about, I know if you're not in the product world, it's hard to think, well, why can't we just build all of this right away? All of these things are steps and scaffolds to the next part. So we're gonna really explain audience conversations, and that one's finishing up super, super soon. I can't wait for that. Um, which helps build on the next thing. So you need to have the right audience in order to schedule the right content. So we have to do things in a certain order for it to make the most logical sense.
And that goes really with any product
Yes.
development that you do, right? Like, because
Yeah.
we will sometimes get comments from clients like, well, you have this available, but you still don't have this available. Yeah, but this was the foundation to do the next thing that we want to do. It just can't happen all at once, or you would be waiting forever, for that perfect
100%.
thing to be
Yes.
rolled out at some point, right? I mean, like, it would be like
Yeah.
this indefinite loop of we're trying to perfect it and just think of everything that we want to release. Not really ideal. And hopefully the goal is that you're able to take advantage of things as we release them and sort of build on it.
Yep.
All right. So Sidekick audience convos. This is probably the thing I am the most excited about, Liz, because I struggle with this and I work
Same.
at Agency Revolution just thinking through the logic of building an audience segment. It's not that it's hard, it's just that you got to really think about a lot of things to make sure that you don't mess it up and that you're not
Yes.
emailing the wrong people. So
Yes. It's a lot of
there's
mental gymnastics there.
yes, there's some complexity involved here. So what is Audience Convos? Sidekick Audience Convos will be the official name, and this is coming soon, but really it's not guaranteed. So just
This one
just
is.
putting that
This
out
one
there.
is. This
This
one is
one's
guaranteed.
this one's
It's coming
guaranteed.
soon.
Okay. Whew.
I know we're working on it. Yeah.
Okay. So Sidekick Audience Convos enables Fuse users to describe their target audience and have an agent create the segment, that audience segment for them in our Fuse marketing automation platform. And by having Sidekick do this audience segment for you using the power of AI, it's more precise, more efficient, and it eliminates human error, things that you did not think about, right? So you can describe your ideal target audience, tell Sidekick, hey, for this email, this is who I want to target. And then Sidekick will build that segment for you. Sidekick will look at all of your accounts and how they're sort of split up, and then they'll build that segment for you. And then you could create a segment and throw it into that email campaign or email broadcast, and you don't have to worry that maybe you didn't do it right, or maybe you're not targeting all of the people in your book of business. So really cool, really great way to become more efficient, more effective, but also just eliminating that human error.
Totally. Um, and like I said about scaffolding, we've released something kind of just behind the scenes because we needed to test it and see how it works. But if you're a current Fuse customer, you can open up your Fuse realm, go to Sidekick, and you can ask the system, with my management system, um, can you tell me if I can target people with birthdays? Just making this up at the top of my head. So right now you can ask the system about what type of fields from your management system are segmentable and get you thinking about what type of segments you can make. So we built that for the scaffolding of audience conversations. So then the system will be able to say, yep, we know all this stuff about your management system, and now we can build these amazing segments for you.
Yeah, and actually when we do the live demo, we can even show it because I think I have AMS 360 on my demo account. So like we could even show you
Yeah, you can.
uh, how you can ask what is available through your agency management system, like what fields are available through your agency management system. But then, the next level will be this segment building, which is not live
Yeah.
yet, but that'll be the next level. So Liz,
Cindy, real quick, Cindy asked an important question. Where do we find Sidekick and Fuse? Very good question. It is the rainbow bubble that appears on the right-hand side at the bottom of your Fuse or Forge screen. So if you log into our system, it should be there, and then you can talk to it like you would a ChatGPT.
yeah, and we'll show you where that is in our demo in a little bit. So just hang on and then we can show you live what it looks like and what it does. So Liz, give us another real world
Yeah.
use case on how you can use Sidekick.
Um, so in the future, when we release audience conversations, you'll be able to say, I want to target current clients who have an active homeowners policy or whatever, pick a policy, and are 64 and older. Meaning you want to try to make a Medicare campaign of some sort and target those folks who are about to turn 65. So what it will do is that it will pull from your AMS database, and all the accounts that fit your specifications will appear in our new tool. And then you can say, yep, that looks pretty right, and I'm going to attempt to target them and start using our marketing campaigns. And this works with every management system that Fuse works with. So people are asking Hawksoft, QQ, all the ones that you have attached to your Fuse account right now will work with Sidekick.
Yeah, but I mean, for a full list of those accounts, of those agency management systems, you could check out our website because we do have those listed on our website. But basically, the short answer of who do we integrate with is all the major agency management system, from EasyLinks to AMS 360 to QQ Catalyst to Hawksoft and then some. So if it's a pretty major player, there's a
Yep.
really good chance we integrate with them. And again, these are deep integrations. These are not just surface level
Yeah.
integrations, quote unquote
And
integrations.
I saw someone has their hand raised. If you wouldn't mind putting your question in the Q&A or in the webinar chat, we'll be able to answer it then.
Yep. Yep. All right. So next up, so that was Sidekick Audience Convos, which again, this is for me that the most exciting feature, but also the one that's coming up very, very soon, as Liz mentioned. So next up is Muse Punch Up, and our product team really loves naming things in
We
fun
do.
ways.
We do.
So Muse Punch Up allows you to rewrite your existing copy for different audiences and applications using the power of AI. So, a little bit more about what it is, what it does. So, what you can do with Muse Punch Up is provide existing content that you have written. Maybe you just wrote out a few bullet points, of like, hey, this is kind of the gist of an email that I want to send, or this is kind of a gist of a blog article that I want to write. But you're like, I'm not a writer. I don't really, like, I really don't know if this is well written, if it's using all the correct grammar and, a sentence structure. So can you punch this up for me? Can you like make this better? So you would take that existing content and then you would put it into Muse Punch Up and you would prompt it to enhance that content for readability, for spelling, for grammar, or even for your target audience. And by doing so, you save time, you save focus, you save time so you could focus on more critical things, right? So instead of sitting there for hours trying to figure out if what you're saying sounds good and is good, Muse Punch Up can do that for you.
Yeah, and I like to think of this one as the brain dump helper. So if there is something that either, who knows, maybe you even use the AI tools that first draft and then the blog creator, which is first draft as well. And you're like, it's good, but can we punch it up in such a way so that it hits this, this, and this? Remember the scaffolding. So we have first draft done on for our emails and for our blog articles. But now, how cool would it be if you were able to change certain little things here and there without having to generate a whole new email or a whole new blog article? It would just be simply adding more to it.
Yeah. So that's a really good point because for those of you that maybe are not familiar with Agency Revolution or are clients, but just don't really understand how it all works, again, right now AI is built into our platform. There's Sidekick, which is sort of like your little assistant helper that you can access on the main, platform. But then there's those first draft for email and first draft for blogging that allows you to write what it says, the first draft of that. And then you just use it, right? Punch up is that next step that Liz talked about, where we're building that scaffolding. So now you wrote something already wherever you wrote it, and now you can actually tweak it with further instructions. So,
Yeah.
and we'll show you some of this live. Again, we can show you a demo of the things that exist right now, and then we can kind of speak to the other stuff that's coming out as it relates to it. So, Liz, give us a real world use case of this one.
Yeah, we kind of just talked about it, but I know for me and the rest of my team knows if the coffee is not coffeeing and I'm starting to write something, just doesn't sound great. This is when I would take it, use punch up, and then send it off to a client. So it's pretty basic, but it's kind of the no duh thing that you need to have when you're building all of these tools. So it's the no duh tool that will be coming eventually.
I wonder if you could even use it, Liz, like, let's say your carrier has some kind of an announcement that they just made, right? Some
Yeah,
kind of a update on how they handle policies or coverage or whatever, right? And they send you some sort of an internal paragraph that's like, hey, quick update,
send this
here's what it
out.
is, right? You could probably use, and correct me if I'm wrong, Muse Punch Up and say, hey, take this and just make it
Literally.
for my client
Yeah,
audience and enhance it and make it sound good and do this, this, and that to it so that I could send an email out. Like that
yeah,
could
that's
be another good example, right?
exactly the point of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so next up, and we'll have some good time for the demo, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Sidekick Scheduler. So again, this is an upcoming feature that is on the roadmap um, currently. So Sidekick Scheduler allows you to ask your AI assistant to schedule content like emails and greeting cards for you. So again, a little more about what it does. You can use it in a conversational manner. So like you don't have to think about how you're saying it. Via conversation, you can use Sidekick Scheduler to basically say, "Hey, I want to schedule this content. Can you do it for me?" All right.
Yep.
And then just give it the details like what, I want it to go out midweek, in the morning, in the next 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. And Sidekick Scheduler can do that job for you. Why it's important is because we've done this on the AR marketing side. Sometimes you just don't realize all of the things that you have scheduled and you double schedule at the same time or across multiple
Yep.
platforms. So this will help you reduce human error by just streamlining that scheduling process for you.
Yeah, one thing to note in here, it's not part of our AI roadmap, but something that's really important. In order to have a scheduler, you better have a calendar, right? So hint, hint, nudge, nudge, we are actively working on a Fuse marketing calendar as well. So some of the in with my team, I always call them the no-duh items that a product needs, that we need a calendar in order to schedule messages, right? So that interface will be coming as well down the road.
Ooh, so you got even a bigger preview
Yeah.
because you're getting the AI version of this, but now Liz just spilled the secret on what else is coming to the general platform.
Because it would be silly. It would be silly to have a schedule without a calendar. So, we
I
gotta arrange
agree.
all these things in a certain order to make them make sense.
And that's going to probably be the coolest thing that you launch.
Oh, it looks so freaking good. We're
I
working on
can
it right now.
imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
having a marketing calendar right front and center that sort of just shows you everything that is happening within our platform will be pretty slay.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
Liz, do you have any real world use cases on this one?
Oh, I suppose I do. So you need to send out a last minute marketing email to update clients on a change to their policies. You say, hey, Sidekick, schedule the email with the content that I created earlier in the day, right? Say you used first draft and there's a cute email ready to go. You just didn't know when you want to send it. Then you can say to the scheduler, hey, schedule it at this time and this date, and we'll be good to go. You hit enter, boom, done. You don't need to worry about clicking the wrong thing or even doing the right thing because you even used your audience conversations to get the right segment in there. So think of all of this as what do I want to say? Like it's a big cycle. All of these tools will be interconnected eventually.
And in simpler terms, it's just really like creating space, like headspace, right?
Yeah,
Because
totally.
if you think about it from like a build up standpoint, all of these what seem like minor things take time, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
we
5 minutes
often
here,
say,
10 minutes
"Oh
there.
yeah," and that's what we say, "Oh, it's just 5 minutes here. It's 10 minutes there. It's, 15 minutes here." We all know that the 5 minutes is usually 15 and the 10 minutes is usually 30, right? Because like something doesn't go right, or you're second guessing yourself, or you're going to double check and
Yeah.
whatever. So when you add it all up, it could add up to hours. So as you could see, like what we're building here is the ability for you to like sort of free up that space so that you have a lot more headspace to handle the things that are really critical, like running your agency or servicing your clients. So that's the
Yep.
goal here with all of this. All right. So this is the last one that we're going to highlight before we go into the demo. And this is Sidekick Calendar Convos. And I never can say calendar right. So this is where you could tell that I have a like Polish in me because
Say it again. You're fine.
calendar. Like I feel like I'm saying
Calendar.
that, like the strainer. I feel like that's what I'm
Colander.
saying. Yeah, I never can say calendar right. I don't know, like my tongue just twists. Anyway, that'll be in the blooper reel.
Yeah, it probably will be saying colander.
Calendar.
Yeah.
So Sidekick Calendar Convos allow you to manage your marketing calendar and stay up to date with the help of AI. So a little bit more info here. You can get instant summaries of your current marketing calendar. So like, hey, if you want to find out, hey, what do I have going on over the next week? calendar convos can help you get that information really quickly without you having to search through all of the details. You could review all of your marketing campaigns and social media content so that you know exactly what's sending today, what's sending tomorrow, what's sending this week, and so on. And again, just one more way to make your marketing operations a lot smoother, a lot more efficient, and eliminates human error.
Yeah. Kind of moving into the real world example here, but um, this can really help you if you're the agency owner or if you're the marketing person at the agency and you're told, hey, make sure we have an equally distributed content calendar. And we all know that's a good practice, right? It's weird to send a bunch of messages in December because it's the holidays and then ghost people for 2 months. So you can say to calendar convos, how can I distribute the work, not the workload, the email load or the postcard load, text messages within my platform to make it a bit more equal. So instead of having 25 Christmas or Hanukkah emails go out, you can spread the love a little bit into January.
Really great point. So we're back here, sort of where we started at the beginning of showcasing you what's on the roadmap.
Yep. Um, so this graphic, this graphic really helps me as the product manager because it reminds us that all of this is cyclical. So we want to, our goals are to minimize the amount of manual work for agencies. And like Monica hinted at earlier, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, that adds to an hour each week. And if you can cut an hour, another appointment you could add to get someone insurance or I don't know, divide your yearly salary by an hour and that's your rate, right? That's a lot of time and money put into stupid tasks. So if we can make them easier for you, that's our ultimate goal. Um, so yeah, what's next, Monica?
I agree. And just before we go into what's next, I just want
Oh,
to
sorry.
say a few things actually. Like I mentioned before, we've been using AI internally at Agency Revolution for quite some time. In the last year, but because we were using AI to enhance our team, right? Not replace, we haven't replaced anyone, we used it to enhance. What it did was it allowed us to not have to grow headcount, but
Yeah.
be able to take on additional work, additional product launches, additional clients, additional, you know, just things that pop up here and there as you're running your business. So the great thing is that our team was not overloaded because we actually were able to pull some of that work away with the help of AI. So we've retained the same team, but didn't, give our team members double the work, even though double the work was getting done. And over time, we feel like that's kind of going to be the trend, right? Like we're always going to look for opportunities to, what else can we do without really adding on too much team. Now, there's obviously going to be some sort of a point where that's not possible, but that's sort of how we've used it internally. All right.
Totally.
So, and we're getting into the live demo, but Liz, and again, I'm just talking very high level here, but when
Okay.
I was looking at that product slide deck that you shared with me with like stuff that's on a roadmap, I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg in
Oh yeah.
terms of the exciting stuff that is being thought about and like loosely on the roadmap for Agency Revolution. I saw some pretty cool things in there, like image creation and that
Oh my
kind
God,
of
yeah.
stuff.
Or like my pie in the sky dream over here in the AI world is what if our systems who know your data so well um, can say, hey, based off the clientele that you have, I would say it's like 60% commercial, 40% personal, the random benefits here or there. Um, these are the campaigns that you should be activating. I would love to be able to offer some sort of um, I guess, a wizard that comes in and says, based off all of your content, this is what you should be activating. And then Monica mentioned the image creation. Yeah, that would be really, really sweet as well. And there's a bigger concept in the AI world called agents. So if you're a user of our pipeline product, talking theoretically here, how cool would it be if you could hire an agent to go do some prospecting for you? Search the
Ooh,
interwebs, do all this fun stuff that you don't have to do, and then it shows up inside of Pipeline.
I didn't know that was even on the table. That's crazy, really?
I mean, it's in my head. I don't
I
know if
mean,
it's
I
off
kind
the
of I
table.
kind of want that for Agents Revolution.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Yeah.
can we build it for internal purposes too?
Yeah, maybe.
That's really cool, Liz. All
Who
right, so
knows?
let's get into the live demo, because a lot of you have been waiting for this. Am I still sharing my screen and can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so we did have a question from someone. Where is Sidekick? So just really quickly, this little bubble down at the right-hand corner, this is Sidekick. Okay, so if you are a client, if you're an Agency Revolution client and you are in the system, this is your Agency Revolution workspace, and you can access everything through this workspace. It's truly all in one, right? So you've got websites with us, you can access your website from within this workspace. If you've got marketing automation with us, you can access marketing, through this workspace. Social media, texting, pipeline, everything, reputation management, everything is within this workspace. So you don't have to log into multiple things. It's all right here. Sidekick is everywhere in the workspace. So as you enter the workspace, no matter what screen you're on, you just hit this little bubble here at the bottom right corner and Sidekick opens up. And it does give you a little bit of a prompt, right? Like, hey, I'm Sidekick. Here's what you can do with me. Here's what I can assist you with. But what we're going to plug in here, I'm just going to plug in a sample prompt that actually is in the resource that we're giving away, the AI resource that we're giving away as part of this webinar. It'll be sent out along with the replay email. We'll plug in a little prompt so you could see this live and how it works live. So what I'm doing in here is plugging in a prompt that says, our agency values client feedback and aims to respond to a negative review about a claims experience. We use a professional, empathetic tone to acknowledge feedback and provide solutions. Review comment. So we're saying this is what a client left us as a review comment, right? The client left, I appreciate the service from my agent, but I recently submitted a claim on Saturday and did not hear back from the agency until Monday to help resolve my issue. So this is that negative feedback that you, the agency, received from a client. And because we care about that feedback, we are using Sidekick Assistant to help us formulate a response to that client. So we're saying, help me create a response template that includes acknowledgement of the feedback, proposed solution or appreciation, personalized details like, I don't know, Ian, help me out here. What would you plug in here under personalized details?
Like,
We could add something like personalized details, like uh, the relationship with the client. So you could say um, maybe they're a longtime client,
my friend
and
from
Like
church.
they are a, whoops, they
and this could be
are,
stuff that you could pull from the AMS as well. You could see like how long they've been a client for and how important
okay,
they are to your business.
got it. And then please write the response in this format. Thank you for your feedback on your recent claims experience. We
Yeah, that's fine.
And that'll be the prompt.
acknowledgement.
It'll just write it out.
It'll just write it out. Okay, got it. Sorry. This is obviously my first time putting in this prompt, so bear with me. Okay. So I got everything in here. And again, this example is in our guide that we're sending you. And I'm just going to have Sidekick come up with um, this
Yeah, and
response for me.
the more you put into it, the better you get out of it. So you could do honestly what I do, which is write me an email about blankety blank and not have
Yes.
all of this awesome stuff that's part of it.
And we
But
could
the
show
more
you
you
that
add,
too.
yeah, the more
We can
you
show you
add, the
that too.
better result you're going to get. So you'll see from Sidekick here, it's already showing a good result.
Yeah, and to Liz's point, we're going to show you the very bare bones version of this. I just wanted to show you, like, she's right. The more you put in, the better result you will get. But you don't have to put in this much. This is
Yeah.
just a sample prompt that Ian drafted that's included in the guide. So we're using it to kind of show you how it works. And this is what it came back with. It gave you a subject, improving our claims response for you. Obviously you would replace this with the client name, and then it gives you what it drafted based on the instructions that you provided. Thank you for sharing your feedback about your recent claims experience. We completely understand the importance of timely communication, especially during the claims process, and we apologize for any inconvenience caused by the delay over the weekend. To better serve you, we're actively reviewing, et cetera, et cetera. So you can then just copy this and then plug it into an email. You could do it in Fuse, or you could even do it like if you're using Gmail or Microsoft or whatever, you could plug it in and respond that way as well. But Liz, to your point, let's do a very bare bones prompt.
Yeah.
So tell me, what would you put in?
See, the one I use when I'm having fun with my team is write me an email about tacos, but let's keep it about insurance. So write me an email about um checking in on a client who just lost their spouse.
Ah, oh my gosh.
Also, you don't need
Okay.
perfect spelling. It knows.
You don't. I know, but I have issues with that.
I know you have to have.
All right. So we plug that in. Very basic prompt. Sidekick is thinking.
And you'll notice it has to do more thinking because you gave less information. So that's not a bad thing. It'll just
It's
take its
working well.
time and make sure it's written well.
Yep. Our deepest condolences and support. That's the subject. And then, dear client, I was heartbroken to hear about the passing of your beloved spouse. Please accept my deepest condolences during this incredibly difficult time, etc. Is there anything, if there's anything you need or any way we could assist you? So it's getting that emotion in there,
Oh
and
yeah.
obviously you can tweak anything that this spits out. You can tweak it and just add a little bit more of your own human element to it, but it gives you a really great start. So now let's show you another example. I think, do I have I think I have AMS 360. I don't feel like
Yep,
checking it now, but
you do. Real
what
quick,
would be,
you all can tell because if you go to the top under where it says content dashboard on Monica's screen, it says AMS 360.
oh
So
my
that's
God,
how you know
yes,
which one is on your Fuse account.
that's right. This is where marketing doesn't mix with product. This is where marketing it has some misses there. That's okay.
That's
All right,
okay.
so I have AMS 360. So Liz, what would be a good question to ask Sidekick in terms of like what fields are available?
Yeah, so you can say, um can I target clients who for their birthday? Can I target it when sorry. I would say something like when building a segment, can I target clients for their birthday?
When building a segment, can I target clients for their birthday? And by the way, everything we're showing you right now is available right now. So just a reminder from the beginning
Yep.
of the presentation, there's AI components that are built in currently, and Sidekick, what we're showing you right now, is one of those components. And then there's AI components that are coming soon, which we went over. Those were the 4 items that we went over just previously. All right, so I just asked Sidekick, when building a segment, can I target clients for their birthday? Sidekick is thinking. It's looking at the agency management system that I have integrated into Fuse, and it is giving me a response. Yes, you can target clients for their birthday when building a segment. The birthday field is supported, and you can use it to create targeted communications or campaigns. If you have any further
So
questions or need additional assistance, let us know.
in the future, you would be able to say, build me a segment to target clients for their birthday.
Mhm.
And what would show up is a question that asks, would you like to open our AI segment builder? You would respond, yes, I would. And a beautiful interface would pop up that makes it really easy to talk to our segment builder. So that's the really cool thing that's coming soon.
So those would be the building blocks. You would be able to ask, can I do it? And then you'd be offered to actually get it done
Yep.
using the segment builder. That's awesome. All right. If anyone in our audience has anything that they want us to plug into Sidekick during this demo, go ahead and just type that into website. Oh my gosh, webinar chat.
Webinars.
I
Hey
don't know why
Liz,
I'm stuck on a website.
hey Liz and Monica, we actually have a relevant question here
Oh,
Okay.
from
sweet.
Lisa. She asked, with AMS 360, is it possible to see date of births for dependents?
Ooh, off the top of my head, I think the answer to that is no. Monica could throw it in Sidekick, but usually whenever there's something that we are missing on the management system data, if you all submit it on Canny, my team looks at that often enough that we can figure out how can we get that built if it's possible.
All right. I asked the question. I don't know if I asked it right, but let's see what
Yeah.
Sidekick tells us. In AMS 360, you can see the birthday field, which may include the date of birth for dependents. This field is located under, okay, if you have, so it looks like very basic, vague information. So probably not, like, you probably want a more solid answer, but this is what it's coming back with. But just so you know, this is what we were talking about early on, that our team, our AI team, and our product operations team is looking at these inquiries behind the scenes. And if they see this answer being super vague and like it maybe didn't give you enough information, we act on it because we
Yep.
want to make sure that you can ask these questions and get really good answers and feel confident about it. So keep in mind, Sidekick AI Assistant is fairly new. It actually has beta next to it because it's still learning and absorbing and refining. But this is the answer it spat out. So we just have to, make sure that we can embellish that a little bit. But you can always contact our client experience team. They can give you the real answer. So as I mentioned before, talk to a person is always available and our team can help. All right, if we
Great.
don't
We have
have any,
another,
oh,
we do have another question, Monica
okay.
and Liz, from Avery. Avery was asking, will I be able to review a quote for a client using Sidekick?
I might need more. Are you maybe we need more information, but are you thinking who asked this question? Avery?
Yeah,
Okay.
Avery.
Is this about like within management systems, can you pull up like the policies that are attached to them? Is that what you're asking? Okay. So theoretically, yeah, if for some management systems, like if you go into Monica, do this for me. Click on accounts.
Okay.
Just can you minimize
Are you really going to test me on my,
yep.
okay,
Click on view for AMS 360.
okay.
Click on anyone. This is all fake data.
Just so you know, I'm sweating right now.
Relax. Click
Like
on
like what? Just a person or,
Able
okay,
Casper, doesn't matter.
okay,
And then click on policies next to activities.
okay.
So then if you are connected to Fuse, you can see all the policy information. So our system knows, hey, Able has a $4,000 policy for homeowners. Um, so you would be able to pull up that information through Sidekick, yes. If whatever you see in the accounts, theoretically you'll be able to pull up within Sidekick.
By the way, this is fake data, so don't worry, we're not
Yeah,
disclosing
there's no
sensitive
PII
information
here.
to anyone.
Yeah.
I
We
think we
have,
had another question. Go ahead,
yeah,
Ian.
Ennio had a question for you as well. As per the example, responding to a claims client experience, could we use Sidekick to provide proof of insurance, policy copy request, etc.?
We could build that into the prompt and say, like we could incorporate asking for those things within the prompt, but I'm not sure if I'm understanding the question.
Yeah, like it's not going to spit out an ID card for you. That would have to be done through probably the carrier portal, if I'm not mistaken. But Monica, click on claims next to policies.
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, if you logged a claim, let's pretend you have AMS 360 like we do. If you logged a claim inside of that and you had to ask a question like, does Abel Casper have a claim with us right now? Then yeah, a Sidekick would say, yep, I see this was logged inside of AMS 360 on da date, and it's in progress or resolved.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't be able to say like, here's your ID card, go send it over to the client. We don't know that information.
But you'd definitely be able to gather information about policy, like
Oh yeah,
the actual
yeah.
policy information, because Sidekick has access to that information because it's in here. So it could pull from that data, right?
And like anytime, if you get a little suspicious of what Sidekick is saying, you can do exactly what I just did with Monica. So go to accounts again, Monica, on the left-hand side. View.
Mm-hmm.
You should normally everyone will just have one. You'll just land on this screen. And then at the top, right next to that send button, there's a search. So if you ever want to search a client, do like John or something. Sure, there's a John in here. If not, that'd be a weird set of data. Cool. Abner Johns, right, second one there. You can always find your client data through here and see it mimics whatever is in your management system.
And you could even look at what
Oh
is
yeah.
pulling from the system here. It's a
So
little
this,
bit, it's a little bit technical, but
yeah, this gets a little like, oh my God, am I cut out for this? You are. This is all the data that comes from your management system. So you can see, oh my gosh, I could target people by their, I don't know, let's pick one, middle name for some reason. Let's say you wanted to be able to target all middle names of Janet, which is my middle name. Then you could create a segment for that because you're getting data from AMS 360. Stupid example, but you get me.
yep. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. And then I think that we had another question. Oh, no, we already answered this one. Okay. So now going back to the presentation really quickly. to kind of wrap things up because we just gave you a little demo. And again, if there's anything that you want to see a little bit more of, we are going to hang on a few minutes
Yeah.
after the webinar is over. So if you want to ask us any further questions once we wrap up, we can definitely
Oh,
do
wait,
that for you.
can I
Yes.
interrupt you?
Yeah.
Um, this coming Tuesday, which is the 29th, I'm hosting a little client get together at 9:30 Eastern time, where we're going to go over some of our new releases, our biggest one being marketing analytics. So if anybody wants to join me on that, I have been emailing a lot of you, annoying you to join. But if you do, please leave your email in the webinar chat or send it over in the Q&A if you'd rather it not be public. And I would love to invite you to that. I'll just simply add you to a Google Meet. You join, you hear what I have to say, and then you can pepper me with questions and bug me.
Awesome. Thanks, Greg. Greg has to go, but we'll send you a recording, Greg. No worries there. All right. So, webinar resource. So, in order for you to apply what you've learned today with the tools that are currently available, the AI tools that are currently available, you will receive a free AI adoption playbook with the webinar replay tomorrow around 11 Central Time. Okay. So, just be on the lookout for that so that you don't miss it. But now that we're getting close to the end, it is time for the giveaway. We have a fun giveaway, as you saw that little camping mug with the little robot on it. So get ready to answer a question that we'll pose for you. And the first three to answer will receive a prize. So think of the right answer and then just post it really quickly because the first three that are correct are going to receive a prize. All right. So question. Test your road trip knowledge. Which state is the top road trip destination? Awesome. I love all the answers.
Oh, a lot of
We
people
already
get
we
it
already
right.
have 3 winners. You guys are too quick.
Okay.
No, let him keep going. Let him keep going.
All right, we stopped it. We got 3 winners. Ian, who are our winners?
All right. So the answer, according to Google and other sources, is California is the state that is the most popular to take a road trip in. It's a huge state, so it makes sense.
State of
So the winners are, and I want to make sure I get this right. Again, first 3 who answered it right. We have Leanne, we have Eric Shomo, and we have Ben. Sorry, Martin, you were just a hair slow there, but thank you for playing. So Ben, Eric, and Leanne, we will be reaching out to you on winning your prize. Hopefully, you
Yes,
can take it on
please.
a real road trip with you too.
That's right. And don't forget to respond to us because we have some unclaimed prizes from those that didn't respond to our emails. So be sure to be on the lookout for that email and respond to us. Thanks to all of you who are putting your emails into chat for Liz to send you that invitation to her little session. Ian, do we have any other questions that we can answer? I feel like I missed a few.
We did go back and answer a few of them. Let me take a quick look
Okay.
here. We do have some coming through, but they are emails for Liz, so we appreciate you
Sorry.
submitting those.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
one
getting
that I
boggy.
want to go back to. Actually, I think we did answer this one, but I do want to kind of go back to, will I be able to review a quote for a client with Sidekick? I was thinking about this as you were answering it, Liz, but I mean, technically, anyone can probably plug in, right? Like if you're putting together a quote for a client, or if they sent you, their current policy with another provider, with another agency, you could probably like copy and paste that information or plug in some key elements and have Sidekick analyze that data for you in whatever way that you would like to, right? Like
Totally,
that's, yeah.
totally. It would definitely be a more manual process of copying and pasting, but if you're looking for the insurance prompting that we have behind the scenes that makes it the special sauce that it is, then yeah,
Mhm.
do that for sure. But I guess majority of the time, just from my experience talking to agents, they all have like I don't want to say raters is too common of a term, but raters behind the scene that kind of spits out this information.
Yeah, but if you wanted to do some sort of a comparison or something like
Yeah.
that, like Sidekick can definitely do a lot of thinking for you. a lot of analyzing for you. We've even shown examples of how Sidekick can help you analyze your NPS data. So if
Oh,
you
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
plug in different NPS data or NPS feedback, and for example, have Sidekick give you a common theme to that feedback, Sidekick can do that. So it's really powerful. You really can use it for anything. All right. So now that the webinar is over, I just wanted to thank you all for joining us today. Liz, thank you so much for being a guest host. It's
Of
always fun
course.
having you on. I don't think we bickered as much as we normally do,
I
but
know.
it was
We
still
just
enjoyable.
agreed. We agreed too much. So
We,
someone can, for the next time I'm on, someone leave us a little hot topic to debate and we'll get to it and make sure that's our pre-show thing.
yeah, I feel like we agreed way, way too much.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of
anyways,
creepy. Truly, behind the scenes, Monica and I never agree on anything, so this was a weird experience for all.
but that makes us a really good team. So
Definitely.
thank you so much for being here. You added a ton of value to this webinar. Thank you all for joining us. We hope that you learned a lot about what's possible with Agency Revolution and our current AI capabilities. And we hope that you are excited about what is coming next that is already on our roadmap, and then some pie in the sky ideas and concepts that we have for AI
Yeah.
capabilities in the future. Thank you again. We hope you join us next month for another webinar. We'll be sending out more information on that soon, and take care. Bye.